All right, now that our box is looking how we want it to look, we want to prepare and send these files to the laser cutter. Unfortunately, this is a two-step process. First, we have to create DXF files, which we'll send to Illustrator, and then in Illustrator, we'll convert the DXF to SVG, which is what the laser cutter can interpret. If the Glowforge accepted DXF files, it'd probably be a lot easier. The other thing is, we didn't create these sides by just one sketch that we did, like, outlining all the parts. We kind of did a whole bunch of different sketches and we put them together to form the sides that we have. So the first thing we have to do is get a clean sketch of each of the faces. So I'm in the top level, I'm going to create a sketch, and let's start with the top. Okay, and you can see that the sketch that I'm currently working on is sketch 3. I'm going to go in and call it top. So this is the sketch I'm going to work with. And what I want to do here is something called project include, and then I select project. And what this does when I click this, it basically just takes a sort of snapshot of the geometry. And when I say okay, now I have, when I look at the sketch of this, let me hide everything else. If I hide all the actual parts, you can see I have a sketch that looks exactly like what I need, just the top face. And that is this sketch here. Okay, let's hide that for a second. Let's put in the others, and then we can do the same thing for the side. Now the side, I'm going to create a sketch. Oh no, I'm going to finish this sketch. I'm going to create a new sketch, and I'm going to select the side now. And I only have to do this once because we can send it twice because it's exactly the same for both sides. Again, I'm going to, under create, I'm going to project include, project, and then I'm just going to click the face, and it just selects the stuff I want. And then I'm going to say okay. I forgot to rename it. I'll say this is the sides. All right, and then we'll do the same thing with the bottom. And we'll finish that sketch, and then we will create another sketch on the bottom. Let's find the bottom here. We will create another sketch on the bottom. Let's see, I don't think I did that right. So we'll create another sketch on the bottom. There we go. And then I'll do the same thing. I'm going to project include, project on the bottom, and it's got that. So I'll say okay. And now sketch 5 is actually the bottom. Okay, so now I've got my 3 files that I need. Then it's really easy. I'm just going to control click, and I see here it says save as DXF. I'm going to do that, and I have save to my computer ticked, and I'm going to call it what it is, top, and I'm putting it in my downloads, which is fine. So I'll say save that one, confirm. Oh, I already have one. I've done this before, but let me say yes to that. Let me do the same thing for the sides. I'm going to call them sides. Again, save to my computer in the downloads. Yes. And I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom. Save as DXF. Bottom. I did this when I did my original box, so that's why I've already got these files in here. Okay, so that's pretty much all we do with Fusion. Finish that sketch, it's done. Okay, so now we're going to move on, and we're going to go to Illustrator. So let me find Illustrator. And what we want is to open a file. Now, oops, that's not what I want to do. I want to create a new file. And I like to do 12 by 12 because that's the size of our wood. The actual print bed of the laser cutter is probably 10 by 12, but we'll deal with that. So what we want here is to file, place. This is what we're going to do. We're going to place this file, and we're going to go to the downloads, and we're going to start with the top. And you see it gives me a little spot to place it. Let's place it in this top corner. There we go. You see it's exactly how we want it. Hopefully it's the right size. Let's see. 3 inches by 3 inches. Perfect. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to place, you can do this or you can go Shift Command P. We're going to do the same thing with the top. Oh wait, did I do the top already? Shift Command Place. We're going to do this bottom now. Let's put it right there. And then we're going to put this 2 sides in. And I'll put one here. And then I'm just going to Command C this and place it there. And then we'll move it so that it's all in a line. You can make these a little closer if you want. But there are my 4 pieces, right? And then I'm going to go File, Save As. And then save onto your computer. And I don't want an AI file, I want an SVG. And I'm going to call this automaton box. Save. And then I'll just hit replace. And then I'll say, this should really be embed. I don't know if there's nothing to worry about, but if there are any outside pictures, it might be easier. Okay, so now we've got our automaton box. The next thing you do is go to Glowforge itself. And you can do this. You can do this in the classroom. And the login is D. Now I'm going to tell you the login. D&E student at k12.xrds.org. And the password is capital D, A, capital VINCI, 2021. Okay. And I'm going to sign in. I noticed it didn't show you what I was doing when I put my password in. You can ask us about that. All right, so then obviously the laser cutter's not on. I'm at home right now. So you have to select the material. We generally use light basswood plywood. And if you're in the classroom when you're doing this, you'll see a picture of the wood here. And then you're going to import your work by saying, I don't know if you saw what I did. I put a plus sign, import artwork. And then I'm going to find it, upload. And I'm going to go to my downloads, and I see my automaton box there, and it will bring it in. There it is. So now if I have my wood here, I'd place it nicely in there, and then I'm ready to cut. You say print, and then it'll go to the printer. So that's the process from start to finish. Now, if you want to be advanced about this, I will say there's something else that you can talk about called kerf. The laser cutter actually cuts a little bit of wood away from this. So when you click these together, they don't snap together nicely. They still have to be glued. If you wanted to snap together nicely, you would actually increase the size of this or at least the tabs, by a very small amount. And if you are interested in that, please come and talk to me. I won't bore you with it in this video. But let me know if this helps, and yeah, see you in class.